Hey guys, welcome back to Invincible. It's going to be issue 18. And let's just hop right into it. So we see Invincible saving a mother and daughter from, it looks like, falling debris. Either the ceiling's falling or a wall, and Invincible is holding it up. He says to them, "Don't be scared. I'm good. I'm not tired or anything. You've got some time. Gather up your things, toys, family photos, whatever. Just be quick about it. I don't know how long this stuff will hold before it starts breaking apart." Over at Burger Mart, William, Eve, and Amber are sitting together, and William says, "Man, that ceremony was so lame. Winslow sat up there for like 2 hours just building up to his retirement announcement. What a jerk. Geez, when is Mark going to get here? We've been waiting almost 20 minutes. Yeah, about that," Amber says. "I'm worried about Mark. He's always distracted. He's always late. I think something's going on. Ever since his dad died, he just hasn't been the same, which is understandable, but this is more than just grief. I understood the grief. Now it seems like he's always got somewhere else to be. He's always late. He's always leaving early. He was skipping class almost every day. Before we graduated, I'm telling you, something's up. Something is definitely up. And he's got a beeper all of a sudden. I mean, what could that be for? Then he showed up at graduation yesterday with that black eye. I mean, he said he was mugged, but I think we all know what's really going on. Well, he's dealing drugs. I mean, I find it as hard to believe as you do, but really, is there any other explanation? I think we need to confront him, convince him to get help. I know his dad's books are doing really well, but maybe they don't get all that money. Maybe he's doing this to support his mom. What do you guys think?" They sit there for a second in silence, and then they bust out laughing. Just then Mark shows up and says, "Sorry, I'm late. There was something I had to take care of." "What's so funny?" Amber says, nothing." Mark says, "Nothing? Yeah, right. Come on, what do you say? Are you talking about me? I'm not going to let this go, you know. Nothing, really. It's just that." And just then, his beeper goes off. And he says, "Crap, hold on a minute. Oh, geez, I've got to run, guys. Something's come up. Maybe we can do something tomorrow." "What?" Amber says. "What? Did I just imagine that? I can't believe that just happened. Don't you see what I'm talking about? What in the world is so funny?" They just keep laughing. Invincible arrives at the Pentagon, and he says, "You rang?" to Cecil. And Cecil says, "Got a mission for you, kid." "What is it this time?" "Since that invasion we suffered 2 months ago, our space program has become a major priority. The current belief is that if we have better space travel capabilities, we won't be quite as vulnerable to future attacks. Your father is in no small part responsible for the current climate of paranoia surrounding alien invasion that's sweeping the nation. Luckily, NASA was developing and designing long-range shuttles already and just needed funding and government backing. So this program has come together rather quickly over the last few weeks. We're going to Mars, and I want you to accompany the team on this mission. Make sure nothing goes wrong and that the crew makes it back in one piece." Invincible says, "Okay, cool. I always did want to be an astronaut." "There's a catch," Cecil says. "It is important that the American people don't think our space program is dependent on superhumans. So you won't be involved in any kind of official capacity. You'll be outside the shuttle the whole time. I don't even want the astronauts to know you're there unless there's an emergency. The second part of the catch is that it's a planned 10-day mission, but you could be gone as long as 2 weeks. 8 days alone will be the trip there and back, so you'll be gone for a while. I assume since you're out of school, this won't be too much of a problem." Invincible says, "I start college in 2 weeks and a day. When would I leave?" "Soon." "How soon?" And then we cut to the spaceship, the space shuttle launching into space. And Cecil says over the earpiece, "You in position?" And Invincible is flying to grab onto the outside of the space shuttle. He says, "Getting there." "You haven't been spotted, have you?" "I guess you'll find out." "I don't think so." "Did you get all your supplies?" "Yeah, and my mom packed me some sandwiches for the trip. I'm telling you though, I had to tell my girlfriend my mom and I were leaving town on a family emergency. I don't think she bought it." "Well, we'll worry about that when you get back." I think I'm going to have to tell her." "We'll talk about it when you get back. Now listen, we're going to lose radio contact soon, so pay attention. There's something I left out. The main reason you're here is because of the Martians. We know they're there because of Martian Man's involvement with the Guardians of the Globe. They're not a very friendly species, but you shouldn't have to worry about them. They're a largely subterranean society. The mission is to collect samples of minerals and then get the hell out of there. So you shouldn't see them or even know they're there, but just in case." Invincible says, "I'll keep an eye out for them. Good luck, Mark." "Thanks." Elsewhere, at Angstrom's hideout, the Mahler twins arrive. Angstrom says, "Make a path, people. I know we don't have much room, but please." "What is all this?" the twin number 2 says. Twin number 1 says, "I just don't get it. What's going on?" Angstrom says, I've been collecting my other dimensional counterparts. It seems through some law of cosmic balance, I am the only version of me with my unique dimension hopping abilities. What they do, what they do have that I don't, is intimate knowledge of their home dimensions, something I wish to have, something that would make my powers much more useful. They have all come willingly, with few exceptions, and they've agreed to help me. Oh, and this isn't all of them, not even close. I've got them housed in this location in a dozen different dimensions. What I need you to do is figure out a way to take what's in their heads and put it into mine. Can you do that? I think so, twin number 2 says. If we have the right equipment and enough room to work. Back with Mark in Space Shuttle. Mark is holding on to the outside wing, and it looks like he's getting bored because he yawns. Back on Earth, in the city, in a high rise, someone says, Titan, welcome, come in. Isotope here tells me you haven't been earning like you used to. Says there are even reports of you working alongside some costume clown named Invincible shortly after the invasion. I find this to be very unusual. I am not pleased. Titan says, I'm sorry, Machine Head. I'll turn it around. You'll see. I know, Titan. I know you're sorry. I just pray you live long enough to make it up to me. One never knows these days. You're dismissed, but I'll be keeping an eye on you. You jump back to Invincible, and he takes off his helmet that's supplying air and pulls out the sandwich that his mother made, and instantly it freezes. He still takes a bite out of it, and it's like he forces himself to still enjoy it. The space shuttle now arrives on Mars, and the astronauts come out. One of them says, Neil Armstrong, eat your heart out. Another says, I hear you. A third says, I still think I should have gotten to go first. And the fourth astronaut says, oh, calm down. It's a seniority thing. That's how it's always been. What am I? Third? Nobody gives a crap about the third guy. Sure they do. The third guy is still famous. Name the third guy to step out onto the moon. Go ahead. Say his name. That's what I thought. You can't. This sucks. Jesus, will you get to work already? We're going to run out of air. Guys, there's something on he sees Invincible's shadow on top of the shadow of the shuttle. And he turns around and doesn't see anything. One astronaut says, what is it? What's going on? I could have sworn I saw a man standing on the shuttle. Get it together, man. You know we're all alone up here. I know, guys. It's just that. And just then, a Martian shows up and says, "You will all come with me." It looks like they're put under some type of mind control and taken into a bunker. And Invincible says to himself, "Oh crap, where did they go? I was gone for 2 seconds. What is that?" As he sees the hatch for the bunker. They must have gone in here. He opens it up and see a bunch of little small squid looking things coming out, and he jumps back scared. Startled, I should say. The squid things are crawling all over him. And he says, what are these things poking at me? And just then, the small squid things are electrocuted. And we see that it was the Martians that did it. And they come to Invincible, says, "You will come with us." Invincible says, "Sure, whatever." As he goes into the bunker, he says, "Crap." Now, inside the bunker, one of the aliens says, "I apologize for the attack. The Segwids have been in a frenzy since we brought the solids through here." "Solids?" Invincible asked. The men who arrived in that ship. We've taken them into custody." Invincible says, "Those people are under my protection. What have you done with them?" "Your resistance to the Segwid attack has earned you an audience with Monarch Prime. He will answer your questions, or he will not. Such is his right." "Fine, take me to him. I'll ask him if I have to." "Wait a minute. Are you guys speaking English?" "No. What's English?" Never mind." Invincible arrives to meet the Monarch, and Invincible says, "What was that? Did we just..." The Monarch interrupts and says, "You will come closer. I will have an audience with you." "Yeah, where are the astronauts that were on the surface?" "Silence. It is I who will ask the questions, Solid. You will listen to what I have to say." The Sequids arrived here hundreds of years ago after a malfunction of their mothership caused it to crash on the surface above. All their hosts died in the crash. Sequids have one mind, a single consciousness between them. They are only linked through the minds of their hosts. Without a host, they are mindless beasts, easily manipulated, the perfect slave race. Their will to bond with solids is unsurmountable. We Martians were incapable and could not be bonded with them due to our shape-shifting ability. Without a single host to link their minds, they were easily conquered. They have existed as a slave race for centuries, assisting us in all aspects of life. We have been mindful of the fact that if even one solid were to be found on our planet, it could mean doom for us all. We have been breeding Sequids, making them stronger in order for them to better serve us. Were they to discover a host who could link their minds, I have no doubt they could overthrow us almost instantly. Which is why we have taken your astronauts into custody to prevent them from being taken over. You, though, are solid as well and resisted the Sequid's attempts. Your skin could not be punctured by their tendrils. How is this? How is it you were able to resist them? I guess I was too tough for them. I'm not a human. I'm not from Earth. Well, I am, but my dad, I'm a Viltrumite. Martian says, I have never heard of such a race. Where do you originate? Really far away from here. A planet called Viltrum. Seriously though, I was sent here to protect those astronauts. I gotta make sure they get home safely or my boss is going to be pissed. It's really important that you give them back. If you can tell me where they are, I'll make sure I get them to the surface without any Sequids attaching to them. I just need to get them back to our ship so we can leave. I'm afraid that is not possible. They are scheduled to be executed. Executed? We cut to Invincible and the astronauts fleeing the bunker. As Invincible says, run as fast as you can. I'll hold them off. Invincible flies into the ground, creating a trench, and then he comes up, knocking several of the Martians away. Whoa, an astronaut says, who is that guy? Who cares? He's our ticket home. Just keep running. Will do, boss. Just a little more time. The astronauts make it to the shuttle and they begin to head home. Everyone is on board. We're all here. Let's get this thing in the ark. I'm on it. In the air. I'm on it. And as the shuttle flies into the air, so does Invincible. One of the astronauts say, I don't know who that man is, but when we get back to Earth, I think I'm going to marry him. The other one says, he sure did save our bacon. Everyone okay back there? Ow. When the astronauts say, we'll live, but just barely. I ain't coming back. Let's just make that clear right now. The other astronauts in the back remain solid, as the one in the middle looks back and forth, sits quietly, and then smiles. And then we cut to an astronaut who was left behind and is being controlled and covered by Sequids. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to stop there. I'll see you guys in the next video for